Hello guys, welcome to my new channel. I've been wanting to start YouTube for quite a while, so I thought why not, let's give it a go. So going to be starting a career. First of all, wanted to go with something quite easy to be honest to begin with. So I'm going to start off with Real Madrid. So just change all this to my name. Yeah, I suppose that sort of looks like me in a way. I'm going to download the latest squads, obviously include the Champions League. So we've got Napoli, Olympiacos and Copenhagen in our group. I'll start off on professional, but obviously if I find it a bit too easy I will bump that up to world class. So we just advance and download all the updates. So we think about transfers, which sort of players do Real Madrid need really. I want to get David De Gea in. He's probably the main target. Obviously I've been linked with him for a number of seasons now, so I thought why not bring in David De Gea as goalkeeper, and then I'm potentially thinking of a cam or a new striker, potentially moving on Benzema, getting a new striker in. So I have to see sort of which striker to sign really. So I was thinking along the lines of maybe Dybala. You play him maybe at cam or at striker. But first what I like to do is go through the squad hub once this eventually loads up. So obviously see who we can get rid of, who we can bring in, that sort of thing. So I've got the pre-season tournament invite. So every time I've done a career I've just gone with the one with the most money. So you've got the one here, the American Challenge Cup, which we'll go with that one. So this is the squad. So obviously got Keylor Navas in goal, Varane and Ramos as the centre backs, Marcelo left back, Carvajal right back, and Casemiro playing as a CDM. And then Kroos and Modric in centre mid, Bale on the right, Ronaldo on the left, and then Benzema up front. So go into the squad hub. Obviously it's by position, so obviously they've got Keylor Navas as their number one goalkeeper. I always scroll over to financial, because obviously it sees whether they've got a release clause and obviously their contract length. So 44 million release clause. We've got Lucas Zidane, who I believe is Zidane's son, so just dedicate a renewal. I just want to get rid of that release clause really, so minimum is 15. 5 years. Always says release clause on there, but then when it actually goes back to the screen there is no release clause on there. So same with this guy, he's got a release clause 1 year, so he's on 8,300, so 8,300, 5 years. Castilla, 3 years, got a release clause of 17.4, but again, if I'm hoping to bring in De Gea, it doesn't really matter too much. Obviously Carvajal, I always find when I've done Spanish League career modes before that most, well not most, but a lot of their players have got release clauses on, so we'll keep him like that. 3 years, right back. Hakimi, I think that's how it's pronounced. I could be wrong, but I've got Linghart out on loan. Got Fernandez, who's going to be my sort of backup to Varane and Ramos. We've got Vallejo, who they've just signed. Which is Varane's got a 91 million release clause, but I mean, we could get 91 million for him, then by all means. I've just got Sergio Ramos, again a release clause, 3 years, not too bad. Theo Hernandez, he'll be the backup left back to Marcelo. But as you can see, guys, all these players release clauses all the way down. But I know that you can renegotiate the contract if the release clause is paid, so we'll keep all the release clauses on there. Just literally renew for, like this guy, he's only got 1 year left on his contract, so he's on 19k a week, so there you go, 5 years. Cohen Chow's out on loan. Obviously I'd be looking to probably sell him on once he comes back from his loan. Got Abner, he's out on loan as well. Got Llorente, probably he'll be Casemiro's number 2. Got this Munoz, who's out on loan. I'm probably butchering half these names, but Valadi, he's out on loan as well. And obviously Cruz, he's going to be one of the main players, along with Modric down here. You've got Caballeros, again a release clause, but 6-year contract. I mean, why not? Kovacic, used to play for Inter Milan, used to be really good, went to Real Madrid, but sort of has struggled to get in the team. Isco, depending if I'm going to be playing a 4-3-3 attack or a holding one. If I play a 4-3-3 attack, it'd probably be the starting cam. You've got these youngsters who, to be fair, they're probably going to touch the first team. You've got James Rodriguez out on loan. I did think about potentially recalling him from loan, but 11 million. Potentially, I mean, if you've got a bit of funds left over at the end. Gareth Bale, obviously going to be the starting right winger. Release clause nearly 112 million. Vasquez, he's going to be the backup for Bale on the right. Obviously, Odegaard, who was meant to be this young prodigy coming into Real Madrid, obviously hasn't really figured as such, but you never know what it'd be like in a couple of years. He might come back and be this fantastic player. Got these guys out on loan. This guy's going to be either the backup striker, or I'll probably just let him go out on loan. Benzema, not too sure. It depends if I'm going to sign a new striker. I mean, he might play this season, and then potentially sell him on. Asensio is going to be the backup to Ronaldo, potentially the backup for Bale as well. I mean, he can play left wing and right wing, and potentially if I do play with a cam, he could be the cam or the backup. And obviously the main man, who's on the thumbnail, Cristiano Ronaldo. So let's just go through. Can't obviously put any of these guys out on loan. I'll list this guy for loan, depending on what I'm going to do. He go out on loan. Can't go out on loan. Put him out on loan. So I've got Theo Hernandez and Marcelo for left back. I always try to have 2 players in each position. So obviously 4 centre backs, obviously, and then 2 right backs. And I'll see what I'm going to do with the goalkeepers. Zidane got on loan. I believe this guy's just joined. Yeah. Alright, just have a quick look at the the objectives. So obviously we want us to do well in the pre-season tournaments. Shirt sales, they want us to sell 176 million of shirts, which, well, when you've got arguably the best player in the world alongside Messi, shouldn't be too difficult. And obviously we've got all the scouts, and so these are the objectives. So medium youth development, so within 2 seasons have at least 1 player from the youth academy signed in the first season, play at least 50% of the games in the next season. So we have to look at getting a youth scout in. Obviously, as I've just said about the shirt sales, critical. Content to excess, win the Champions Cup. Obviously Milan, not Milan, Real Madrid have won it the last 2 years, so could win it 3 times in a row. We'll have to wait and see. Win the Liga, win the Spanish Cup, and obviously no financial goals. So So as I said, potential transfer targets. So the main one I want to get in is David De Gea. And then if I can, I'd like to get in Paulo Dybala. Obviously, as I said, he could be the cam or the striker. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to go in for David De Gea, but we'll just quickly check the the finances. So 154 million transfer budget, 413k in the wages. So first we're going to go in for David De Gea. So I mean, if it's anything like real life, I don't think this is going to happen, but we'll have to wait and see. So his current value is 65.5 million. Maybe going for a player swap, see if they'll take. I want to keep Naves as a potential backup. We'll see if they're interested in Casilla, which they're not. After a right winger, I don't really want to get rid of either of these two for obvious reasons. So we're going with 75 million, and we're at a release clause of 20%. Because obviously, once he's in, I'm not going to be looking to get rid of him anytime soon. Jose wants 107. I don't really want to be paying that much. We'll go up to 85. See what he says to that. Hopefully he'll come down to more than 90. Hopefully. Well, I didn't expect that, but hell yeah. So now we're going to go in and negotiate a contract with David De Gea. So meet David De Gea and his agent. So obviously it's going to be a crucial first team player. Yep, he's happy with that. 5 years. Yep, exactly what I'd like. Hopefully he's not interested in a release clause. Ooh. Well, it's nearly 180 million. I mean, if anyone's going to be paying that amount, then yeah. I mean, even if we do end up selling him later down the line, I mean, we're going to be doubling our money. Right, so what's 320,000 in the wage, 4.7 million signing bonus, 7.2 for appearances. Now I don't like to do the appearance or goal bonus, so I usually take that off. So we'll stick the wage up to 350 and put this signing bonus down to 3 mil and see what he says to that. He wants a bigger wage slightly and the signing bonus 4.7. Well, you've got the money to do it, but I'll see if I can get that signing bonus down to 4 mil. If he still wants exactly the same, then I'll just go ahead and accept it. No, it's not budging, so he was the main player that I wanted in, so to wait for Paulo Dybala until we sell players. Obviously the transfer budget's down to 64.4, so the wage put that down to like 55 now, so I mean, potentially, obviously, if I can't raise any more funds to get Dybala, then obviously I have to look at other options. But I always like to have the kit numbers. So obviously, I know Naves is is number one, but you're obviously going to have David De Gea as number one. Stick him in. There you go. David De Gea, Real Madrid's new number one. Stick Naves on the bench. I always like to have these in order as well. Sorry. Right back the back. CDM striker. And there we go.